Hey guys, and welcome back for today's college football pick video play, heading into action for the day after Christmas here, December 26, 2019. Going to be talking about this matchup here between Conference USA and the ACC as the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs take on the Miami Hurricanes. Going to give our lean on where we see the better value on the over-under, with that total number hovering around 50 points. Now, if we take a look at these two teams, you have Louisiana Tech, who went 9-3 overall, 6-2 in conference. They didn't necessarily go against the toughest schedule by any means, but if we take a look back during the non-conference in their toughest test, the Bulldogs came up well short in their matchup against the Texas Longhorns, losing that one by a final of 14-45. And from Louisiana Tech, we have seen them have the ability to put up a lot of numbers offensively in a number of these matchups that we've seen from them this season, but those tended to be against lower tier opponents when they've gone against some of the better teams in Conference USA as well as their toughest test in the non-conference. They had issues putting up those points, as we saw at the back end there of the regular season. They only put up 10 points in their loss to Marshall. They only put up 14 points in their loss against UAB, and then also, of course, that 14-point performance against Texas. And those were the three defeats that we've seen from Louisiana Tech this season. And out of their 9 victories, really not all that much in the way of strong resume-building results. And we feel like this Louisiana Tech squad might be a little bit more the result of the schedule that they've gone against than necessarily the competition that they've faced. We'll see if that is the case or not as they head into this one as 6-point dogs against a squad from the ACC. And in terms of their numbers, Louisiana Tech averaging 34 points per game, but a lot of those, like I said, coming against lower tier competition. And then their defense was pretty solid, giving up around 23 points per game. Now, the Miami Hurricanes, a big disappointment throughout 2019, just going 6-6 overall. They did start looking a little bit better through the back half of action, and they were able to pick up some nice ACC wins against teams like Virginia, Pittsburgh, Florida State, and Louisville, and that was enough to get them across the line and bowl eligible. And this is a team that, by and large, built themselves on the defensive side of the ball, where they only gave up around 20 points per game. And if Miami has their way, it's going to be a more defensive-oriented matchup. They come in favored in this one, and we feel like the Miami defense can have a bit of success here, limiting what the Bulldogs are able to do, and think that this could actually turn into a relatively lower scoring affair. So with that being the case, we're going to side with the under 50 points as the better value bet. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. Disagree, give it a thumbs down. And you can check out all of our college football picks for today's action over at stumpthespread.com, which is linked down in the video description.